What's going on, you guys? Master Teacher of Attraction, back with another video. And I wanted to do a reaction to this video right here, how abusive women are created, because I have a lot of information to tell you from my experiences with some of the women that I've come across. Um, this is Think Before You Sleep, so you guys can definitely check him out. Um, He has more great content similar to this video. But I just want you guys to understand why, you know, there's a group of women out there that like it when guys and they're actually attracted to guys who do them wrong. Okay? It's because of the way they were brought up. That's not because that's normal. Okay? There's a lot of things that's not normal in this society. Okay, so don't devalue how you act. Don't devalue how you look at the world through the red pills or whatever pills they telling you to swallow. Okay, if you are a good natural human being, be your authentic self. Okay, don't stoop yourself. Don't stoop who you are down to the level of these type of women that we're gonna be talking about because these women are they're on a different stratosphere because of what they've been through. Okay, um, so don't stoop down trying to get women. All right, stay where you are, stay up where you are, and that way, when you stay up where you are, man, you can attract better women. Cause at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to keep you out of AMS inbox talking about I need a consultation. Asking, I think I view myself, how do I be a better alpha showpiece? How do I be more select? I keep telling you guys, just work on your body, okay? Everything will work out from there. All right, but let's go ahead and get into it.
I've been in 24 different foster homes. My first time ever going foster care, I was about 2 months, and it was because my mother had called DCFS on herself for abusing me. Because she would like abuse me. My grandma told me stories how she would abuse me as a baby. Like I have pictures of me with black eyes in 2 months. I've been abused. I've
And you see it,
been raped. I've been molested. I've been tortured. At what age?
do you see how she just is just rolling off her tongue like it's just normal? Okay, she would bring this type of energy, this type of thought process into your life. You understand? And then you be asking, "Oh, I'm doing all these things for her. How come it's not working?" Okay, you can't help people that you can't help people that don't want to be helped or don't see it. Okay? Especially if it's ingrained in them from childhood. Whenever you want to train something or mold a living organism or a species like a dog, whatever species it is, even humans, you do it in its childhood because that is the most moldable period of that species' life. Okay, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, everybody's household is not perfect. Even out here, while I'm delivering orders, doing my food delivery business around these wealthy folk, I be hearing, husbands and wives, children arguing with each other from the streets. Like when I'm out, go back to my van in the street, after I deliver the order, I can hear, people arguing with each other. So it doesn't matter if you come from a wealthy neighborhood, doesn't matter if you come from a poor neighborhood. There's a lot of men and women. But since we talking about how abusive women are created, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where it come from, but it starts from anywhere because it comes from the parents. If the parents never dealt with it, then that's just gonna continue in that family until somebody fixes it. Just like if your family is continuously broke generation to generation, you know, somebody gonna have to fix that. Like I'm gonna be the person who's gonna fix that in my, in my family. Okay, but he's gonna get more in
My
depth
first
on it.
time ever being raped, I was 5. I hate
That's
myself.
crazy. She said she hates herself. How do you think you could love a woman that hates herself? If you was to cold approach this girl, she would do you dirty. Even if you came up respectable and all types of things, she might even like the way you look. Okay, she might think you're attractive. Okay, she hates herself though. She's gonna sabotage the whole interaction. This is most of the women out there. Okay, this is why you guys can't be out here cold approaching. You put yourself in situations with women like this. I know it's sad that, people go through these things, and I understand that this is sad. All right? But hurt people until they get help, until they help themselves. Drugs, all that. And this is why I don't mess with women that mess with drugs. I don't be talking about, hey, you want to come over and smoke? Like, no, I don't deal with women who deal with none of that stuff, man. Okay? Cuz she learned that from another man. She has a spirit from another man that's telling her to smoke. Why would I want a girl that's supposed to be, a clone of me that does that when I don't do that? And then it could turn into, conflict. And her mom beat her. Facts. And see, she would probably be the kind of girl telling you to, slap her across the face, choke her while y'all being intimate, tear off my nipple and, doing all this weird stuff. Okay? That's where that come from. That's where that type of energy come from when a woman tell you to do all them things. Okay? Like this is deep. This is a rabbit hole, man. Wow.
Oh, my grandma got me at 2 months in foster. Then she
So notice how it's not just women that act like that. Okay, you guys? I know we start talking about women, but it's not really about the gender. It's about the actual person's upbringing. And, all those things tie into who a person is. Okay? Their personality. and all that stuff mixed in together like some Kool-Aid, and then boom, you got the product. You got the final product of whoever that person is, male or female. All right.
Lost me. I think I was around 2. So I was in foster care. Then my mom got me back. She won me back. And then she lost me again due to abuse. She abused me again.
So the first way that you create an abusive woman towards men is to create abandonment, create a sense of abandonment in her life. Okay, and you do that in the childhood stages of any species that you want to do that to. Okay, right now we're talking about humans, females. Um, so this is sad, man. Ever since 2 years old, this is why content like this and people, standing up and speaking their voice about these type of things, other than, okay, we know how to get hoes, but let's understand, let's go deeper. Okay, y'all know I'm a deep person. Okay, getting women and all that's elementary to me, man. That's easy. This is the deep stuff right here. Once you understand the deep stuff, it makes your life easier because you know how things work. You start putting puzzle pieces that was missing to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the best ways to create an abusive woman is create abandonment, and this will translate in interactions with the men that she'll get with. Like, how can I use him? Because I know he's gonna, abandon me. I need to check his phone before he leaves me. It's always somebody better than, myself, speaking from her perspective with the abandonment issue. Um, Looking through the phone, always texting you, always calling you up. It creates a clingy personality. And some men think that's cute, but that's actually a red flag. You know what I'm saying? But you would have to feel it with your gut feeling, because sometimes women just really into you and it'll balance out over time. But with these particular women, it tends to go up. Like that type of behavior goes up when she has insecurities, or she sees you doing something, especially if you're around other women. She tends to up the ante on them type of behaviors. Okay, a woman with abandonment or has experienced that, especially from her own mother, because the mother represents nurturing, that emotional side. Okay, the father represents that logic. All right, she's missing both, which is that's very sad, man.
Like, I used to, my mom would make me wear turtlenecks. Even if it was hot, I would have to wear turtlenecks, and I would have to wear long pants, long socks. Everything would have to be covered when I go to school because I would have webs and stuff. Mom, like these scars on my face, around my eyes and stuff. My mom, she threw a remote at my eye when I was young, and it cut my eye to the point where I had to go get stitches. She, what she pushed me into a glass table and it broke.
As we go through this, you're going to notice that Kelly has been through quite a lot and went through a highly abnormal childhood. The reason I picked her for this video is because she is such an extreme example of what a person can go through. That way, when I talk about the psychology, there's nothing super abstract to debate. Everything is obvious and easy for everyone to see, even if they don't know that much about human psychology. For now, let's focus on the basics, and I can expand on the more difficult stuff in a different video. Speaking of, I've mentioned before that abuse victims will show you physical signs of who they are. One of the things abuse victims do is corrupt their body. They will get lots of piercings like nose, lip, or tongue rings. They will get lots of tattoos. They'll dye their hair unnatural colors.
What do y'all see a lot of women do? That's why I gave y'all the video talking about, be wary of women that's dyeing their hair all these different colors. Okay, blonde, especially with black women, they want to do blonde, light sky blue, pink, red. Okay, them women have issues. Okay, and I'm not finna charge you $198 consultation per hour, and you asking me how do I get a girl with light blonde hair? I'm finna hand you your money back, okay? Cause that's not worth it. Even if you don't see it like that, and corrupting their body, tattoos all over the damn place, weed, drinking wine, and all these things all the damn time. I knew a woman that would drink literally Coca-Cola all damn day and not drink no water. Okay, skin all bumped up, had to cover it all up with makeup. It's sad. It's sad, man. That's why I personally can't deal with these type of women. All right, I can't do it because it would lower my, like, I would be happy and jolly. Y'all know who I am, man. I get around this type of girl, man. Even if she cute, like, she would just get to talking, and it just just lower your vibration, man. You just like, damn, this is sad.
They'll stretch their earlobes, they'll gain a bunch of weight, etc.
That's another one.
We can see that Kelly has several tattoos on her left arm, and she has those super long fingernails that make it so you can't work. That's the uniform of an abuse victim. By the way, if you're a woman who has experienced a lot of childhood trauma and you want to stay safe as an adult, don't do this to your body. Giving yourself things like sleeve tattoos makes it very easy for abusers to identify you. Abusers know what to look for, and they love easy targets. You'll start attracting them because those markers on your body are a sign that some abusive adult has trained you to put up with an abuser, and it tells them that some adult trained you to not tell other people about the abuse. Just like when Kelly's mom trained her to hide her bruises with turtlenecks and long pants. So, food for thought. But
Right.
anyway,
And that's one of the many reasons I don't wear tattoos. Okay, I'm not trying to attract them type of women towards me. Okay, because that's all they know. That's what happened to them. So from their thought process, that's what they got to do to men. All right, it's a lot of women like this out there. Don't be going around telling women you a nice guy. That's what abusive women want to hear. They like, oh, we got one. Okay, you don't want to be that one. That's another reason to be authentic. Don't be trying to say, oh, I do all these nice things and
Kelly was pretty ritually abused by her mother, so she goes into foster care and then gets abused by multiple foster parents.
man.
Here's the worst one. I'll give you fair warning, her description is pretty graphic.
A few of my foster homes were good, but then I would go to, and it'll be another foster parent that likes to, rape and molest. Like, I was 7. I don't know if you could see these on my sides, but my foster dad, he actually duct taped me to a chair, and he pretty much drive screws in my ear,
Oh,
and then he pulled them out, and now I have permanent marks here. They've been here ever since he did this.
She said that this happened when she was 7 years old. Understand
damn, bro. This is sad. And this is why, nice guys are attracted to these type of women. They hear stuff like this, and it's natural human behavior to want to help somebody, especially when you hearing things like this. Okay, but what you got to understand, they're hardwired from birth. This is something that's happening, a year ago. This is from birth, 2 years old, 5 years old. Then she experienced this with the screwdrivers, 7 years old. This is who she is unless she attacks this. And this is just not her. This is most women out there. Especially the way this society is, man. This is most women out there. This is deep advanced level game right here. You ain't gonna hear AMS talking about this. You ain't gonna hear Stephens Cole talking about this. You ain't gonna hear nobody talking about this type of stuff. This is why I give you guys all these different perspectives from, myself and other people who I see, okay, they can see it. You know what I'm saying? But this is crazy. It's very hard to help a woman like this. I know a lot of you guys will try to do right and all those things if you come across a woman like this. But please, I wouldn't touch her. Okay, because you can end up in court touching someone like this. But this is sad. And she was speaking about the rape thing, man. I had a woman lie to me about being raped, and that's how she turned into a single mother. Okay, she lied about being raped when it's people like her that was truly raped, but she was lying about. This is what we're dealing with out here. There's no reason for you to be cold approaching out here. Wow.
And guys, when women flip out and do all kinds of crazy stuff like stalk you or beat themselves up and call the police so they can accuse you of abusing them, this is why. They have had horrible, horrible things done to them. They are mimicking behavior that was imprinted onto them because of their abusive childhood. They
And not only those things, the same girl, she would go into the shower, scream, turn the shower on, and start screaming with the door locked. Her child sitting right in front of the door, and then she'll start crying. So that little child is gonna grow up and perpetuate those same things that her mother is doing. And I'm just sitting there like, wow, I'm literally watching how this little girl, her daughter, is being programmed just like the mother to do what it is that she's doing in that shower screaming. Okay, because she learned that from her mother or whoever, because she said that she used to, be abused by her mother. This perpetuates, through each generation of woman for a lot of the women on God's green earth, especially in the Western society. You know what I'm saying, man?
can't control that behavior, and for the most part, they don't care to learn how. This is why it's important to be able to identify a person who will do that kind of stuff before you make the mistake of bringing them into your life. And
This is why it's so important to have more of a defensive, observing game than an offensive. Oh, let me cold approach every girl I think look good. When you cold approach and you're on the offensive like that, you will miss things. It's like being in a Lamborghini driving at 160 miles down the street on the 35. Okay, if you driving at 35 miles per hour, you can be more observant. You can make a cleaner turn. You can stop better, just in case some come out on the road. Okay, watching out for the signs. Like watching out for the signs with, a girl that come from this type of stuff. I'm letting you guys know, man. Just from me, just from my own eyes, I've seen this with multiple women, especially single mothers. The reason they're a single mother is because they come from that.
As I said, Kelly is an extreme example. If a woman had just one of those things done to her that Kelly describes in her interview, then she would need 10 years of therapy to function normally. When this happens to women and they don't get treatment, they tend to get into relationships with guys who will abuse them, or they will find a nice.
And this is why y'all think being a bad guy works to get women. It don't get women. It gets this type of woman. And it just so happens that this is a common type of woman. So y'all think all girls just like bad boys. No, that's what they come from. Ron Wills describes it as an imprint. Okay? But this is hardwired into a lot of women. That's why they like dumb shit. If you a smart dude, if you're an authentic dude, and you know that don't make sense to you to do, all them what you perceive bad boys doing to women, that means you should not mess with that woman.
Weak guy they feel safe with and then start abusing him because they know he won't fight back. They cannot have healthy relationships. They are either being abused by someone or they are the ones doing the abusing.
And this is why, women aren't naturally evil. They're taught evil. Okay, the Most High did not make women evil. They're they're taught from an early age. Okay, through their experiences, they bring that to the relationships or to their perception of men. Okay, that's why they only see a lot of men as tools. Okay, they're not something to be loved because they was raped by a man. Okay, so they just hate that. It's even dogs. I've worked with dogs in the veterinary medical field that hated me just because I was a man. Because there's dogs that get beat by, male dog owners. So whenever they come around a male, they'll start barking and growling and all types of things. Why is that? Because I told you guys, if you ever want to imprint something onto a species, you do it in the child infancy stages.
This next clip is from the same foster parent. At this point, Kelly was 7. I warn you, this is more graphic than the previous clip.
He used to chase me around the house to rape me, and I used to be running around the house. I would be screaming for him and saying, "Please!" My foster dad, yes, my foster dad. He would chase me around the house to rape me, and I would just scream and I would cry. He would always catch me. Like one day he raped me so bad that I woke. I'll never forget. I had on a Hannah Montana gown, and he raped me on the bathroom floor, and to the point where I passed out. I woke up. When I woke up, I was in the bathroom by myself with a puddle of blood,
Oh shit.
a whole puddle of blood.
Pay attention to how she described that event. Her voice is
That's
completely flat, with
traumatizing.
no emotion in it whatsoever. There's no
She's
anger in her voice,
detached.
there's no.
This woman cannot love you. This is why so many red pill coaches tell you women can't love you. This type of woman can't love you. It just so happens these type of women are common because it's a lot of dudes out here can't get no women. So they're abusing little children like this. That's another reason why we need more people, like me. It's crazy out here. Dudes out here, still struggling with women. If you just get your body together and stop acting like a little bitch, you know what I'm saying? And stop doing things like this to women because it perpetuates and manifests different, in the future. And this is how it manifests, abusing men now. The world is about karma. what goes on comes back around. That's why YouTube need a real motherfucker like me. Okay? Giving that real. This is crazy.
Sadness, there's no fear, no crying, no frustration.
Just
She sounds like
detach.
she's describing something that happened to someone else. This is a self preservation technique called dissociation. She is psychologically removing herself from the situation so that she doesn't have a mental breakdown. I assume that this serves some sort of survival benefit because nature can be very traumatic and people who have mental breakdowns in the wild don't survive. The problem is that if she keeps dissociating and avoids reliving the emotions from her childhood, she will never get better. You can't start the therapeutic process if you are avoiding the trauma and refusing to relive it, especially when you are in the presence of a professional therapist. Instead, what these people typically do is get into drugs so they can forget what happened to them instead of finding someone who can help them to deal with the trauma, which is what Kelly is doing because she mentions that she has been doing cocaine since she was 11 years old, and she is very likely a cocaine addict. So, what happens when a child is abused by her mom, put into 24 foster homes, abused by the foster homes, goes back to her mom, and then gets abused by her mom again? Well,
I ran away.
you ran away.
I just ran away because I got sick of. It felt like they weren't doing anything.
At what age were you on your own?
11.
You ran away at 11?
Yeah.
And where'd you go at 11?
I just ran away. That's when I started prostituting.
At 11.
Now do you see why a whole bunch of women have OnlyFans accounts? I mean, everything is being exposed in 2020. It's crazy. Everything that was hid up underneath the rug and just speculation is out in the open now. This is just one girl explaining how it is for many women. Okay, and explains why so many women, okay, not just women, why so many dudes that out here and perpetuating this behavior.
Actually, I met a guy. He started like having sex with me and stuff. And then he just showed me to prostitute.
This is what I'm talking about when I say people can't recognize signs of child abuse. They don't notice things like this. If a kid runs away, it means they are being severely abused. Their home is so dangerous that they would rather chance the streets. Kelly ran away at 11 years old, and the way you survive on the streets with no money as an 11-year-old girl is to become a prostitute.
I started prostituting at 11. I've been raped on the blade. I've been raped on the blade. I've been had a gun put up to my head on the blade. He tried to kill. He used to abuse me if I didn't want to go.
Listen to that. She almost said he tried to kill me. Again, no affect, no emotion, just a depressed sounding flat voice. Look at this picture they took of her. That is the face of someone who is completely broken and does not care about anything. Are you still with?
He told me not now.
So this would be the kind of girl, you don't hear back from, or she just go cold turkey on you out of nowhere. Or she flaked on you. Okay, instead of paying $198 per hour fee to, YouTube dating coaches and gurus, just listen to the reality in this video. This is what's happening. This is why little dumb shit like that happen. That don't make sense. But now it should make sense. This is why I've never bought no consultation. Okay? Cuz this is the reality. It's sick people out here. Hurt people out here. Hurt people are hurting people. Okay? That's why you see hurt people in relationships with each other. And then you wondering, you sitting out on the sideline thinking, "Oh, I'm single. I don't know why I can't get no girl." There's Do you understand what's going on now? It's like people is trauma bonding, and that's how they bond, so they get in a relationship. But those relationships don't last because it was built off of trauma. Okay? With me personally, I've always, had women talking about, oh, I need affection, I need affection, I need affection, I need affection. You not texting me enough. I'm literally texting these girls all damn day. Oh, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. You know what I'm saying? The signs are there. You know, bipolar disorder, this is what it comes from. This is how you create an abusive woman. These women are hurting dudes out here. And, the dudes that's doing all the raping and all this crazy stuff out here is creating the women. So it's a perpetual cycle.
I stopped messing with him. So you're not here on Skid Row now? And now I came to Skid Row. You're in a tent? Mhm. I stay in a tent out here because I don't want him to. I'm scared he's gonna find me.
And for the last part of her backstory, we see that Kelly has someone in her life who won't leave her alone. This is why you don't bring crazy people into your life or make them aware of who you are. Kelly gets a pass because she was only a child when she met this abuser, but look at what happened to her. If you associate yourself with enough bad people, then eventually you are going to come across someone like Kelly's pimp who will not
You're
leave you.
going to come across the wrong motherfucker. That's man or woman. Okay, that's why whenever shit start to get weird, you know what I'm saying? I'm out. I'm out. Nigga, my name Jimmy. What you talking about? I don't have no YouTube channel. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm, quiet, observant, and I pay attention to the surroundings. You know, because I grew up in Chicago, so you gotta be like that. Look at Derrick Rose; he's the same way. That's how you grow up in Chicago and you actually make it. Okay, all the loud motherfuckers is dead. Ain't nobody cold approaching out here in Chicago. Come on, man. You attract crazy girls and women that go through things like this, slashing your tires, cutting you in your sleep. I had a dream. The Most High put a dream on while I was sleeping that one of the women would, literally standing over me while I was sleeping and looking at me like they just wanted to kill me or, suffocate me in my sleep, man. This gets deep. This is why you need a connection with the Most High, because the Most High will reveal things to you that you may not have, caught. Everybody ain't out here, and I understand some of them may look attractive, but that don't mean nothing, especially if they showing the signs. Because if it's not her, it's some crazy ass dude behind her. You don't need no parts of that. These the type of women that'll lie to you about having a dude, and they living with a whole dude, talking about it's their apartment at first, and then they come out of nowhere talking about some. Oh, I'm glad you're cool with being a side dude, and you like, what you mean? And then you come to find out this whole apartment that you in with this girl is rented by a whole dude that's providing. So if he walk in right now, somebody about to get shot. Leave these type of women alone. I know it's sad. There's a lot of sad things in this world. That's why you gotta, create the life that it is that you want. and you can't have things like this coming into your life. Okay, these people, it's all up to them about what how you know they want to fix it.
alone. I have heard all kinds of stories in my life of people getting stalked, people having their identity stolen, people getting death threats, and oh man, if the abuser has any sort of money or influence, it is way, way worse. Do not make these people aware of who you are. Learn how to spot them, and do not invite them into your life. Okay, now that we finished her backstory, let's start talking about what this turns into and how this affects her psychology.
Like I get really angry. That's one thing. I get really, really, really angry, and I don't know how to control myself.
Ain't that what y'all be saying about black women? Look at the black family household. That's your problem right there. A lot of dudes be saying, "Oh, black women so aggressive. They so angry and do all these things." Look at the family household. I got family members in my family that's been raped. Okay, so that explains things. And then when you start putting pieces and puzzles together, like, damn, this shit is happening all throughout the black community. It's a deep ass video, man.
This right here is the birth of an abuser. This is the point where the trauma has taken her from an innocent child and turned her into someone.
This is how you put demonic energy into a vessel, especially a woman. Okay? Because a woman receives. If she's receiving all this trauma throughout her life, what you think? What type of energy you think she's gonna bring? You think she's gonna bring positive energy to you just because you're you and you're positive? No, that's not how this works. Once you add dirt to water, it's dirty water. Okay, you can't fix that. I understand some of you dudes be trying to fix that, um, but you can't fix that.
Was able to hurt people. She said, I get really, really angry and I don't know how to control myself. Meaning that if something frustrates her, she will dissociate in the same way she was taught to dissociate from her childhood trauma, and she will blow her anger way out of proportion.
So
Now,
this would translate with to if she gets angry with you, oh, she gonna mess with another dude and just act like she don't know who you are because that's what she's been doing all her life. That's what she's been traumatized to do. She was hurt by something that you did, and that's how she reacts to it. Okay? You don't need no consultation. This is what's happening. This is the psychology behind why women are doing all these things when you're trying to date them and all these things, all these odd behaviors.
as far as we know, Kelly isn't really guilty of much outside of a little stealing, but the reason for her innocence is that she has not been put into a position of power. She has been the powerless one all of this time, from being abused by her mom, to being abused by foster parents, to being abused by her pimp. She hasn't had the opportunity to be in power as far as we know. But if she were to, say, have a child, she would treat that child the same way she was treated when she was a child. Or, like I said, if she gets into a relationship where she is not with an abuser and she is able to vent her uncontrollable anger without the fear of being hurt or even being killed, she will turn into the person who throws the remote or turn into the person who stabs her boyfriend with a pen or a fork. Or she will become a stalker who never leaves the guy alone, like her pimp did with her. The cycle will repeat itself. Kelly doesn't know anything else. She's only been around abusers. Without any interventions, she will mimic that behavior. Just like with her mom, the second a child puts stress on her and does something she doesn't like, she will hurt.
And this is a good reason not to do one night stands. I don't do one night stands for this particular reason. I don't know who that bitch is. Okay, excuse my French. Um, but I don't know who this is. I don't care if she trying to throw it at me. I'm like, nah, so you gotta wait. I gotta see who you is. I gotta see who you known for. You know, I just gotta figure out who you is. All right, cause you never know this. She could be someone who experienced something like this one. I don't want no parts of this. I don't want you guys to experience no parts of this.
That child. Why do you think Kelly was given black eyes at 2 months old? That's what happens when a baby cries too much around someone who cannot moderate their emotions. Do you have contact with your mom or anybody?
No,
So you're just on your own?
I don't have anybody.
You have no one.
Nobody. But God. I don't have anybody. And I try to kill myself because I feel like it's no point in me being here if I don't have anybody.
When you're thinking of trying to kill yourself, why is that? Because you don't see hope, you don't see.
I feel like, what am I here for?
No one loves you.
Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. Nobody, like I told you, nobody checks on me. Nobody does anything for me. I've been selling my vagina since I was 11 years old. I'll probably try to kill myself today, especially probably tomorrow, because tomorrow's Christmas and I don't have anybody.
And see, this don't just happen to women. This happens. This is why men go into the incels. This is why men take all these different colored pills. Okay, because they've been traumatized by these kind of women. All right, and then they start acting, crazy towards all women. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, now that you see it from this perspective, you understand the inner workings of why things happen to you from a woman. Okay, this is how I got over mine. Okay, this is why I treat women on an individual basis. Okay, and why I pay attention and listen more than trying to spit game at a girl. I listen. That's my game. That's why I'm here. I'm able to shoot videos whenever I want, and there's not children in the background of mine.
As I said, I'm making this video because I want everyone to understand that these personalities come from somewhere. If you can stop these situations from happening, then these personalities won't develop. What Kelly just said is the end result of someone who has been severely abused. She is homeless, she has no family, she has no friends, she is a drug addict, she's a cutter, she's a prostitute, she hates herself, and she wants to die. All of that stems from her childhood. I know this whole situation is very sad and unfortunate, but it also makes Kelly a very dangerous person. She has nothing to lose, which means she can be molded to do all kinds of bad things if she isn't that way already. It's important that we talk about people like Kelly because the way you put a huge dent in the number of abusers that are in society is to stop them from being created. Reforming an abuser who has already been created is extremely difficult and unlikely.
So if a woman ever try to say, "Oh, you just a woman basher, who hurt you?" just just send them this video, man. This will break it all down. There's nice people who come across, you know, women like this, or have been affected by men's or men that have done things to women like what was done to her. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just gonna go ahead and end it right here, cause this is this has been a crazy ass video right here, man. Um, yeah, y'all go ahead and share it, man, with whoever needed. Like the video, check out the link in the description box for merch and whatever else we got in that link. All right, y'all. Peace.